Hey YouTube, how's it going? KSM Dragons here. Bringing you my YCS Birmingham deck profile. Slightly misleading as my day 2 deck profile because the main event did not go well. So I played Ryzeal Mitsurugi in the main event and it did not go well. Bricked a lot. I went X3 by round 5, so I just dropped out and I started playing side events for the rest of the day. Day 2, however, I was very determined to do much better and win something off the prize wall, something that was good. So I actually won. This. Oh, it's alright. This is probably not going to be the best way to show it, but I'll zoom out. So I won the champion playmat from the prize wall. Basically played in on-demand tournaments and a 3v3. I think I played a total of 9 rounds in the day, and I think I only dropped 2 rounds in the whole day. So this profile, this deck that I took for day 2 worked much better, and I was much more happy with it. So I'm going to bring you this deck profile because it was much more successful than my Mitsurugi profile. So effectively I went X2 on Sunday. Played 9 rounds in total. I think 4 rounds in 3v3, and I dropped 1 game in that tournament. And then in the 8 demands, I won 1 and then lost 1 in the second one that I played. So that's how it worked out to 9 rounds. But yeah, really fun event. I was really happy to go. Shout out to Carlo and Solomon who went with me. Really nice spend time together as mates and actually just chill out a bit as well while theory crafting and prepping. So without further ado, I'll bring you the deck profile. So as you can see in front of you, I played pure Ryzeal. I think it's a much better deck for bigger tournaments, mainly because you play much more interruption and you don't have to try and combo as half or need like as many pieces. Like in this deck, you've effectively got like 9 starters. So EX, one of the best starters in the deck. Then you've got Ice, one of the second best starters in the deck. And then you got Sword, which is also a starter in the deck. It's not the best one, but it's still a starter. Like, even if you normal summon it, you still have, like, if you add another one to your hand later for your combo, you can still special summon it and extend. So, no matter which one of you start with these, you should be able to put out a fairly good board. So, quite good. And then 1 node Ryzeal. And then for the rest of the Ryzeal cards, I've got 2 cross, 1 plugin, and then 1 plasma hole, which didn't really come up as much, to be honest. So yeah, that is it for the Ryzeal cards. And then we've got the honorary bonfire to search for either EX or Ice. So yeah, I much prefer this. Like, because you've got, say, 3 bonfire, 3 sword, and 3 ice, there's always a chance you've got a good starter in your hand and you can play. So yeah, this just felt much better in terms of a lineup. And because that's for your main engine, the rest of your deck's pretty much non-engine, which is amazing. So for the non-engine cards, I have 2 triple tactics. Triple tactics talent, 1 triple tactics thrust, and 2 pot of desires. The reason I've got 1 thrust in the main was because I couldn't fit 2 in my side. So I actually increased my main deck from 40 to 41 to include the extra thrust. And then, yeah, I was able to fit all the cards I need. And then one of the reasons why I think I performed so well is actually 3 cross out, designator, and 1 call by. It's so powerful having an opening hand with like either a bonfire or any of the main Ryzeal monsters to combo off, and having a cross out designator in hand. It was generally like, it feels so more comfortable because you're just not worried about any hand traps you play into. And because you've got so much space for non-engine, you play a lot of other hand traps. So you always have a cross-out target. And if you don't end up using it on your turn, you set it. And most likely your opponent is going to triple tactics or thrust on their turn. And then you have a cross-out target. So really powerful. Really happy I main decked it. I think it performed so well. 2 pot of desires. It didn't actually come up that much. I think I had to use it once. And I end up actually banishing like really good targets. Like I banished the one-off node, I banished the plugin, I banished both my crosses. I don't know how, still won that game, but yeah, it was a bit funny. But yeah, all of those performed really well. And then to sort of round out the rest of the non-engines, so I played 3 Ash, 3 Raider, 3 Joel and Lockbird, 3 Nibiru, and 3 Imperm. This performed really well. You know, they're the most like common hand traps in the whole game, so Cossack works really well with them. The only real thing I was worried about throughout the tournament was Joel, really, because you add a lot to your hand, so you just don't want to be cut off from your combos. So having the Cossack for Joel or the Call Buyer was just felt very good. So that's like the main deck. So as I said, 41 cards, performed really well. I was very happy with the list. I'm like really kicking myself that I didn't take this into the main event, because I think I could have done pretty well with it. Like, because matchups all weekend was like Fiendsmith, Ryzeal, or Malice, Fiendsmith, or whatever. So like, it was always going to be tough, but I think this list allows me to play a lot easier into those matches because there's a lot more flexibility and I can hand trap them more often. So yeah, that's the main deck. I'll go into the extra deck, which should be pretty standard. So 2 Detonator, 2 Duo Drive, 2 Twins. So I'll speak about these first. So Detonator is a crazy card. Great, you know, pressuring opponents. You know, you play through so much on your opponent's turn. Like, if you get hand trapped and stuff, and you, let's say you start a EX, you add sword to hand, you get drolled, and you got no way to stop it. You're like, okay, fine, summon sword, make a detonator, attach wherever you sent to the graveyard, and it's like, okay, got hand trapped at droll, but I've effectively created a detonator. I've still got 4 cards in hand, and I can apply pressure to my opponent. And most likely, most of those 4 cards are going to be a hand trap of some sort. So, and that don't really conflict with like having a monster on board. So works so well. I played 2 Duo Drive for like the sort of anti-nibish combo. So like going sort of EX and sword, dumping the other Duo Drive, making Duo Drive attach, then searching out, then you can activate cross, and then you put the other one back with cross when you want to draw 2. Draw 1 and put the 2 back. So that's why I played 2. Eclipse Twins was very good, especially in grind games. So like games where, you know, your board's been broken, but your opponent hasn't got enough to take you out. Like just summoning an EX straight away, jumping a Twins, and able to make your detonator from graveyard, like with effectively 2 materials, is enough to put pressure back on the opponent as you play. And then obviously if you still got cross live, then you've got a monster negate as well. So yeah, very good. Very happy with like the number and ratios here. Wouldn't change them. And then into the rest of the list. So Mythologic, Superstar Slayer, Abyss Dweller, Everstorm, Extinction Knight. I always pronounce it wrong. It's been pointed out, so apologies. 1 Babushka, never made it. 1 Dagaris, I made it more when I was playing the Mitsurugi version. 1 Castell, made it once to like bounce back a Drosworm. 1 Starliege, I should have made this in the game that I lost to protect my other monsters from targeting. And then just in case, 1 Haggard Lizardos, never had to make it. So yeah, quite happy with the extra deck. I think there's a couple of flex spots, like these 3 effectively are flex spots. I could put something else in, but the deck performed quite well. Star Slayer was actually really good. I had a match against a Phantom Knight Horus player, and he sort of had a full board. Like he had 2 Fog Blades set, couple of Horus monsters on field, and he made a Photon, the monster negate rank 8. So I was like, I can't really play through this. So I normal summoned my X to not dump anything and to like all search. And then I made the staffs, and mainly because if I special summoned it, I'm locked into rank 4s. So I normal summoned it, made the Typhon, which he then Fog Blade, and then we were just sort of stuck in stalemate because he couldn't attack it because of his own fog blade, and he had no way to pop his own fog blade because his field was already packed, so he couldn't make or summon like the rank 3s to make the break sword to pop it and then carry on. So it left us in stalemate for a while, and it allowed me to actually make Exoton Knight, which was really funny, and blow up the whole field. And then I still had like extensions from there, so I was able to make this, blow up his whole field, and then just play through as an extend to a detonator and this attack. Not that turn, but like just to apply pressure. But this was very good. So yeah, and then Beat Logic was great for like going second and be able to negate and just bait out stuff as well. So like you summon EX, you go 1-2 Meteor Logic, targeting whatever they got on field. And it's just a good way to like bait something out. So very happy with the extra deck list. And then last but not least, the side deck. Lancia. Lancia was amazing. Great against Malice. Great against like a bit of Rogue as well. If you thought they would try and like evenly match you to try and break your board, it was really good to side this in. So like against those matchups, I'd keep those in, and it performed really well. Molcharmies then. So I played 3 Perilia, really great against Ryzeal. 3 Meows, really good against like sort of Fiendsmith and Malice. So very happy, performed quite well. My other Triple Tactics Thrust. Then targets, I had 1 Ultimate Slayer and a Dimensional Barrier. And then last but not least, 3 Solemn Strike. Fantastic card. I'll probably move it into the main deck and take something else out. This was a really good card. Performed really well. Great at stopping things. You know, because it was a counter trap, can't be kind of responded to as well. So yeah, really good. I'm definitely going to probably put this in the main deck and take something else out. But yeah, that's the side deck. So that was my deck for day 2. As I said, I think I dropped only 2 rounds in the whole day, so I was really happy with that. And got the 1 champion playmat as well, so very happy with that as well. So yeah, I hope you like the deck list. Please like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys next time.